greatest thing that has ever happened on planet Earth, and that thing is us. Come on, give yourself a round of applause.
What happened to your mama?
Give yourself, no, that wasn't good enough.
Oh, are you?
Anthony Lee, I am you. Anthony Lee, tell them to give themselves a round of applause. Come on, come on. Tell them to give themselves a round of applause. Today, we are excited to have all of you in the fullness of what we have. This is Think and Grow Rich, and I am excited. This is a sneak peek. If you are watching us via any live stream, this is a sneak peek in which we have we have a lot of people. We have a lot of people that would be my card right there, man. We have a lot of people here with us, and we love you. We love you very much. We're going to go through Think and Grow Rich in a very advanced way. We're in some people's chapter 4, some people's chapter 5. In this book, we will be going into it. Remember my teaching style. Last week, I did the narrow approach. Everybody remembers that? This week, I'm going to do the broad, conceptual, philosophical approach, but I'm going to give you a lot of things for you to have inside your hearings. As of now, if you are my staff at least, or if you're online, as far as our super private, secret Facebook, mastermind group, I'm actually live this time sharing to all of you our mastermind group. This is amazing, is it not? This makes noise in its place. That is it. Now, this is us. And in the usness of us, we have to control our auto suggestion. Everybody got that? Yeah. All right, so we're getting ready to talk a whole lot about your auto suggestion, and we have a lot of people on many different channels. I have to look this way, I have to look this way, and I have to look this way to include all of you. Welcome all of you. We appreciate you. I love you as usual. You are the greatest people on planet Earth, just for no reason at all. Let's just put some harmonic vibrations of prosperity in the air. Let's make some noise one more time. I am excited.
Yay!
That's it. I appreciate you. I love you. That's fair. We would end tonight's class. Okay, I'm breaking up over here, but that's okay. We would end. Let me know every time I'm breaking up, and then we will make it all the fun and stuff. All of these people, I can't show you. Can you bring your laptop here and show our audience here? Can you? No, you can't unplug it. That's okay. Just know it's a lot of people online. That's okay. It's okay. You got your drive hooked up. Auto suggestion. Let me give you a lot of notes. Get ready to take down. Get ready to take down your auto suggestion. If you've of course you've missed it. Unless you've been part of our mastermind group, your auto suggestion, nothing you can do in this life will happen without your auto suggestion. Your subconscious manifests everything that you have inside your reality. Everything you have inside your reality, your subconscious manifests this very thing. Everybody got that so far? And also in review, your auto suggestion is 6 inches right here that then says, okay, subconscious, before you manifest, let me be judge, jury, and executioner of all the thoughts that you have. And before you run your mouth and say, I am great, or money comes easily and frequently to me, before you say all that, me as auto-suggestion says, wait a minute, let me make sure that this is what we believe in. Okay? So if I tell you that you can be a millionaire, your auto-suggestion is going to say, wait a minute, let me decide if you have allowed us in your thought process, y'all can share it on your Facebook walls, the thought process, let me decide if we're going to be a millionaire. I told you last week, ladies and gentlemen, that if you have decided in your mind that you refuse to be a millionaire, your manifestation, your subconscious is going to put that out, and there's nothing you can do about it. Is everybody following that clear, point blank, and period? Mm-hmm. Everybody got that? I also said to you, ladies and gentlemen, let me bring it in. Everybody with me? Yes. Bring it in, bring it home. Let's work. Let's get to it. That you can only ever listen, receive, and contain and comprehend what you have given yourself permission to do. Okay? Everybody following that? This is what I am telling to all of you as you hear me, as you love, as you hope, as you feel, as whatever you want to do. Listen to me and listen to me greatly. Your auto-suggestion is running your life. It is your subconscious that is running your life. But in truth, ladies and gentlemen, your auto-suggestion is the gatekeeper, the gateway, you know what? I don't want to be famous. I don't want to be rich. I don't want to be this. And that auto-suggestion says, well, you know what? I'm not going to hear that. Now, right now, I've been talking for about 2 minutes, and here's what has happened in your subconscious. Some of you have already agreed with me. Some of you have already disagreed with me. And that is why you have your level of prosperity, whatever that may be. Should you like your level of prosperity, good job. You've done a great for yourself, and you've done well. Let's give a clap to everybody who has done well. If you don't have what you want in your life, congratulations. You have also equally done well. You've manifested what you don't want. Clap for them too. That's how this works. It works as simple as that. It works this simple, that you will only ever get in this life what you have told your subconscious. This is what we believe in. Everybody write that down. I can only receive what I have trained my mind to believe in. Write that down. I know I am ending a sentence with a preposition, but if you don't mind, in the Western world, this is kind of, well, not the Western world. In America, we kind of let ending sentences with prepositions go by. You can only manifest in your life what your auto-suggestion has told you to receive. So let me give you some hard, concrete details about your auto-suggestion. Number one, your auto-suggestion is a faculty of your mind that allows you to retain or reject information. Everybody write that down. I'm just going to go through these. I'm just going to do this, and we're going to go to a conceptual conversation, okay? Your auto-suggestion is what you have told yourself. Okay, listen, my brothers, listen, my sisters. This is what I'm going to tell you. That you can only get, receive, have, do, be what you have said in your mind. This is what we want. Everybody following that? I'll prove it. Some of you have already heard this example, but guess what? Just because you heard it doesn't mean it's not going to be true. I'm going to say it again, and then again, and then again, and then again, and then again, and again, and again, and again, and again, and again, for you to understand. All of you could be a millionaire. Everybody agree with that, right? Who believes that they're going to be a millionaire? Make some noise. Online too, make some noise. Online, if you believe, now I'm serious. If you believe you can be a millionaire, make some noise right now. Now, you're going to be a millionaire in the next hour.
All right.
All right. See what happened there? Besides Tempest, everybody went. Wait a minute. Wait a minute now. Wait. First off, I'm off. I can't be. Secondly, I'm not. How am I going to do that in an hour? How am I making $1 million an hour, Tony?
I don't know. I don't care.
All right. See, Tempest said, I don't know. I don't care. That is the wisdom. You get it? But did you see how your auto-suggestion kicked in? Is everybody following me? That when I said you're going to be a millionaire in the next hour, your real you popped up and said, nah, I'll try it again. Watch this here. No matter how much you decide. Everybody follow me? No matter how much you decide you're going to disagree with me, I'll do. Let me put y'all on blast right now. I am going to say the same example I just gave. Everybody follow? You're still going to fail this example because no matter how much you try, no matter how much you attempt to get past your auto-suggestion until you have trained it, accounted for it, it's still going to say the same answer. Watch it. All of you are going to be a millionaire in the next 30 minutes.
All right. Yes.
All right, so you see the power of your auto-suggestion. Your auto-suggestion says, you know what? I hear you, bruh. I hear you, sis. I hear you. And I want to believe you, but the way these bills are lined up. Come on now. Who's asking struggling folk? Come on. All right, let's lean in a little bit. Let's lean in. Who amongst you? All right, she already got her hand up. Look, somebody in front was like, me, already, me. Who among you can't stop that little voice in your head from blocking your blessings? Come on, be honest. I'm looking at you online. I'm looking at you in front of me. Come on, raise your hands. No, don't lie. All of you, I'm looking at you, Zoom. I'm here right now, Zoom. Okay. Anthony raised his hand. He's right. Okay, me. Okay, someone said me sometimes. Ladies and gentlemen, me sometimes means me averagely. Okay? If you say me sometimes, you're also saying, well, I'm average. And that's why you have an average harvest. Okay? That's why you have an average harvest. If you don't have a habitual, that is the adjectival version of habit. That is, if you don't have a habitual habit of concentrating on your auto-suggestion or your auto-suggestion acting when you can't act for yourself, you cannot live your dreams. How many of you, watch this here, watch it. How many of you have entertained an argument in the last 30 days? Come on, don't lie. Okay, come on now. Thank you very much. How many of you have entertained, I'm going to do it again. How many of you have entertained an argument in the last 30 days?
Me.
All right, that's everybody. That's everybody who is not in a prosperous state. Oh, well, how can you tell? Because you don't have prosperity. And the road, bring them over here. And the road of prosperity doesn't have arguments on it, ladies and gentlemen. The road to prosperity does not have arguments. Is everybody hearing me?
Yes.
The road to prosperity does not have arguments. The road to prosperity does not have arguments on it. I'm going to keep saying it until I see somebody taking notes on it. Somebody write this down. The road to prosperity does not have arguments, okay? The road to prosperity does not have arguments. I don't think everybody got it. Some people are rejecting that. You can't argue and be prosperous at the same time. You only have a certain amount of energy. Energy can never be created and it can never be destroyed. So if someone invites you to an argument and you participate in it, you're going to be me sometimes. And here's what's going to happen. I know I'm doing these affirmations, but I keep participating in the arguments you're inviting me to, so I have a mixed harvest. Can I define to all of you what a mixed harvest is? A mixed harvest is an average life. Someone write that down. A mixed harvest is an average life. Okay? If you have sometimes I'm good, sometimes I'm bad, you're going to have sometimes I'm good finances, sometimes I'm bad finances, and when you put them together, it's going to averagely piss you off. Everybody got me? Everybody following me? You got it? You're in full communication with me. You're saying, man, tone it down a little bit. You're walking too hard, man. You're hurting my feelings. Feelings are being hurt.
Every day.
Everybody got it?
Every day.
If you, and let's do it again. How many of you have participated in multiple arguments in the last 30 days? Don't lie. Don't lie. Don't lie. See, all right, so this is what I got to do. I'm take my glasses off so you can know I'm serious, okay? If you lie to yourself, your harvest will lie to you. Well, I'm trying to, I didn't even intend to do all this. I was supposed to be doing a very simple review, but all the energy I'm getting is energy of rejection. Y'all want to be millionaires, rejected. You're not allowed to have the habits of a rejecter and the harvest of a millionaire. You can't do that. You can't. I think there's a water bottle right here. Let me get this water bottle real quick. This is what y'all saying. See this water bottle? You saying, but look, I'm good. Ooh, an argument. Let me put some poison in this water bottle. It's just a drop. I just put one drop of poison in the water bottle. Okay, you put one drop of poison in. I get you. Do me a favor. Drink it. One drop of cyanide in this water bottle and drink it. Go ahead. I invite you to drink it. Are you going to die? You're like, well, I may not die. I'm be in the hospital though. And yeah, some of you are in the hospital of life. Because you won't be honest with yourself. So your harvest can't be honest with you. How many of you right now feel like your harvest is a lie? You and your actions are doing all you can and your harvest is lying on you right now. Your harvest is saying, nah, you're not fit to be 6 figures in 2 years. All right. How many of you said I was going to be retired before I was 30? Come on, put your hands up. Put your hands up. You said I was going to retire before I was 30. I ain't got everybody. I'm going to have my PhD before I'm 30. Come on. Come on. I didn't get everybody with that. I'm going to graduate with my bachelor's. Okay, I'm going to graduate with my bachelor's before, soon as right at the hospital.
This is for my time.
Okay. You see it? You see it? You want to know another one?
No.
I'm not going to let him make me argue no more. You see it? And every time you have participated in something that is unworthy of you, you manifest a harvest that is also and equally unworthy of you. Everybody follow me. If you're not following me, let me know. But if you lying to you, let me tell you about rich people. I don't care if you lying to you. I don't give 2 poop emojis if you lying to you, because I have mastered the law of allowing. I am so happy to let you go live a life that you are vibrating as worthy of you, and I would not correct you. I was talking to a good friend of mine earlier, and we were talking about how she had a little bit drama today. And I said, friend, you know, when you think about it, you know you don't have to argue, right? Well, yeah, I know that. And then she said, but I did. And I said, well, interesting. Because since you argue, what you have now is simply what you don't want. I know that makes sense. I said, friend, do yourself a favor. Allow people to be people without correcting them. Nah, you missed that. You missed that. Ain't no way in the world you caught that one. Ain't no way in the world you caught that one. Rewind, press play. If you don't master allowing people to be them without correcting them, then what happens is you become them, or you become their harvest. Is this resonating with people? Disease can be corrected with your auto-suggestion. I'm not saying medicine doesn't have its place. Medicine has its place. Medicine has a wonderful place. Are you ready for this? Everybody's not going to like this. I apologize. No, I don't apologize. Everybody's not going to like this. Your body, nothing of disease can exist in an alkaline body. I'll break that down a little bit more. If your body is happy, you cannot be as sick as you are. You don't have to believe that. In 9th grade, they call it homeostasis. Secret said pH balance strong enough for a man, but made for a woman. pH balance for a woman. There is a such thing as a pH balance. And if your body is acidic, you breed diseases. I don't worry about it. I give my own self my claps. You ain't got to worry about it. I know how to cheer myself on. Now, some diseases are different. Not different as in you cannot contain them, but different in they are something that is not normal. Okay, let's just say it that way. But you can still contain them. I have a friend. I won't say her name, but her name is Donna. She is kicking the ass of the disease against her. She's remaining happy.
Read what I just wrote. Watch me heal this with attitude.
With attitude. You see it? Watch me heal this with attitude. See, let's clap. Everybody clap. Come on. Come on, clap. Look. You're not giving her healing power. Clap, clap. Give it to her. Woo! That's it. Watch me heal this with this attitude. Everybody got it? All right. That being said, I'm done with the review. Let's go conceptual with auto-suggestion. Everybody ready? I'm going to take Anthony Lee's question first. Anthony Lee, let's talk. Let's get your question.
No, I didn't have a question. My hand was up when you just said raise your hand.
Well, won't you give me some positive energy anyway?
So, well, is it fair to say, because like I told you in the beginning, when I talked to you, I was told, being a man of God, that I'm going to give away $1 million. And I expect that. I receive it, all of the above. And I know I'm going to get it. How is none of my business. But I already got it. I just don't know where it's coming from.
I'm glad you said that. A couple of things you said there that is worthy of pointing out. Worthy of pointing out, number one, I expect it. Everybody got that? Mm-hmm. In life, you do not get what you want, you get what you expect. No, you're going to write that down.
Amen.
In life, you do not get what you want, you get what you expect. Ladies and gentlemen, your whole life is simply a series of your expectations. You have expected the dollar amount you have in your bank account right now. That's auto-suggestion. You ain't got to like it. I'm not even being rude. I'm just the guy that has the fortitude to get in your face and tell you, I got you, Chantel. I'm going to get Donna and I'm going to get Chantel. Anything that you have in your life right now, you've expected it. Your dollar amount, you expected it. Your relationships, you expected it. Your intimate relationships and how they treat you, you expect it.
Preach.
Come on now. Come on. That great philosopher Shannon Clark this morning, 2 hours ago, an hour ago, she said, I don't care what I allowed in my past. I ain't allowing it no more. Come on now. I'm just trying to, is that right? Is that what she said?
Amen.
You get in this life what you expect, not what you want. How many of you have been wanting to lose weight for a few years? And have you lost it?
Yes.
But when you you have, but did you get it? You want plenty. You want to be a millionaire. You want to lose weight. You want to be happy, and you ain't nothing but what you want.
Can I say something right quick?
Quick answer.
You're so true. Not too long ago, most recently, I was calling myself dating this young lady, younger than I am, much younger. Of course, I wanted to be with young and beautiful, but I said, you know what? She's so young. I expect for her to cheat. Guess what happened?
What's that?
She cheated.
That's it. Look,
I expected it.
let me tell y'all something. I am the sexiest man alive. Now, you ain't got to agree. I don't need you to agree. I don't need you to agree. The way my auto suggestion is set up, I am the sexiest man alive, and I don't need your approval. See, they missing it. Chantel, they missing it. Chantel, they missing it. They missing it. I'm trying to teach you about auto suggestion. Since I am the sexiest man alive, when I walk into a room, people say, "Who is that?" They pass up people more attractive than me, and say something about Antonio. Somebody missing it. They missing me. Y'all missing me. I get more friends and big deals because how I feel about me.
Read my comment. Serious.
You believe it? It was that introduction that made me buy from you. You sure right. When I was standing room only, and Donna was in there, and I was killing this keynote as if I was the greatest man alive, because I am. I'm not trying to take from you. You are equally or more. As far as you're concerned, as far as I'm concerned, you have the right to think you're the sexiest woman or man alive. And you don't take from me. See, y'all missing it. I don't mind that you think you are the sexiest person alive. You supposed to do that. You ain't supposed to come to the mirror expecting to be disappointed in your reflection. Come on. You don't go to a basketball game and say, "I'm showed up, but we gonna lose today." What? No. I am the sexiest man alive. So is Jim. So is Anthony. Me and Idris Elba, we are equally as fine as one another. Hell, I could be the next James Bond. Let me go get me a British accent. You get it? Now, what I'm trying to tell you is when you have that confidence in you, and check this out, that's a real confidence. That's not arrogance. Confidence makes people feel good when they are around you. Arrogance pushes people down when they are around you. You see it? I love me, so I give people permission to love themselves. And the universe says, "Boy, you making people feel good. Let me give you some money. Here's another client." Go ahead, Donna. I'm too deep right now, Donna. Go ahead, Donna. Give us some. Donna is she giving me offering over here. Let me see. Show us the camera. You give me. Oh, she giving me my credit card. Okay, all right. Go ahead, Donna. You got it. Go ahead, Donna. Be listening.
Now, excuse me. Exactly what you said. 5 minutes in front of me, and I've told so many people the story of when I sat down in front of you and had to leave early, and it was the first 5 minutes of you saying, "It takes me an hour to get ready. Half hour looking at this side, half hour looking at that side because I'm beautiful." And that absolutely unequivocally caught me. I had to leave early. I called you a week later and said, "I'm not sure what you're selling, but I want to buy it."
You did. She said that.
Okay, so my own situation, I was the millionaire. I had the six-figure income, and I had shitty health, to sum it up. I mean, I had 8 spinal surgeries, moved to Florida, and finally got my life on track. And wrote a book because I was bored, sold my business to my kids, and I'm sitting here bored, wrote a book, and as soon as my book is done, I get the diagnosis of needing a double lung transplant or die. So I did probably what most people would do and went through a period the last couple of weeks of feeling sorry for myself. And my son turned 30. I don't want to consume your time, but this is really important for all of you because I mean, I have really been kicked down as hard as you can be kicked down. I had the money. I had the life. Anything I wanted, I didn't have to think about spending it. But now I got a life where I'm on a fixed income. And so my recreation, I was excited about. And now I'm kicked down yet again.
Yeah.
Double lung transplant. So my son turned 30 last week. And I've got two sons, and my older son is a prodigy of me. And I flew him down yesterday and took him to see Tony Robbins, Gary Vaynerchuk, and Robert Herjavec. And we were like front row. Well, right off of front row. But the bottom line is, my kid, I didn't realize how much influence I had on him because he is living what I was at 30 years old, where he's partners with my ex-husband and my other son, and he is in a world of discontent. And that was me. I had to leave it because of health. He came down here, and he's leaving it for happiness.
That's right.
We went yesterday. We had 3 days of conversation. And my boy is going back to tell my ex-husband and my son that they don't have to buy him out. He's giving his shares back to be happy. And that boy is coming here, and my child and I, we're on fire, is all I got to say. We're on fire. And like I said, 7,500 people. And Gary Vaynerchuk was taking 4 people for comments, and I told my son, I will be one of those people. And as fate has it, I was one of those people. Got to talk about my book coming out, and people approached me, handing me the business cards. So when I say that anything is possible, by God, I'm living it.
That's it.
Anything's possible.
That's it.
And I gotta share with you, I have oxygen tank, and I'm sure you've all seen Tony Robbins' energy along the way. Well, it was a 12-hour affair. And for the first time in a long time, I expended so much energy. I burned out my oxygen tank and didn't even know it, and my lungs were working.
Woo.
So it is all about a mindset.
That's it.
And I'm going to be a millionaire here soon, again. And like I said in my little live video this morning, which I'm back to, I want to celebrate all of your successes because that's what makes me happy. So
listen to that. She's supposed to be in her bed.
Yeah, waiting to die.
She got stage 4 something. I can't even explain. Yeah.
So
they telling her, go home and get your affairs in order. And she's saying, I'm gonna be a millionaire and inspire the world. I'm finna say,
absolutely. And I want to celebrate all of you like I'm celebrating myself.
That's right. That's right. Good job, Donna. We appreciate you. We love you. Come on. See, you out here complaining. Oh, my bills. Oh, my pinky toe. My toenail don't sit right the way it should. And here's Donna on her deathbed, air quotes, doing more and appreciating more than you. Old lady once told me this. I'm too young to come up with this wisdom. She said, Tony, the closer you get to death is the more you appreciate life. They're going to get there on their way home, Chantel. Okay, we got Chantel next, and then we're going to get Shannon. Go ahead, Chantel. Talk loud so we can hear you.
Okay, here we go. So we was talking about auto suggestion.
That's right.
Yeah, what my question is, well, let me say this. I've been having a problem with feeling worthy.
Yeah.
And as I hear you talk about saying your auto suggestion, and then tell me how, well, okay, yeah, tell me how they both are like related.
Which one? The auto suggestion and your unworthiness?
How is your auto suggestion, what is it operating off of?
Okay.
How is it processing what's correct and keeping that in? What is that based off of?
That's good. This water bottle and this Sprite bottle, okay? This Sprite bottle is my subconscious. This water bottle is my conscious. This sexy chocolate face that you see is my auto suggestion, okay? Okay? Subconscious, conscious, and this, ooh, look at this auto suggestion. This is a good auto suggestion right? Okay, my face, okay? Now watch it here. Consciously, you can only consciously process about 20,000 to about 20,000 bits per second. Subconsciously, you're processing 4 billion bits of information per second. I'll prove it to you real quick with this one illustration. Everybody tell me right now, what does it smell like in your room? Okay, now you can tell me what it smells like. But up until I asked, you could not tell me what it smells like. Because your conscious said, hey, subconscious, we don't need all the information. This boy is talking and he talked too fast and we need to listen to him. So we don't need to know the time of day, how fast the earth is spinning, what it smells like in this room. We don't need all the information. We just need to understand the words that are coming out of his mouth like Chris Tucker. Okay? That's all we need to understand. So your conscious mind said, we don't need that. Get that out of here. Now your auto suggestion right here says, wait a minute, subconscious. Let me make sure that we want this thought to go in your subconscious, because whatever goes into your subconscious will then become a reality in your life. So your conscious mind, the water bottle says, you know what? We want to feel worthy. And you pour it on top of your auto suggestion. Your auto suggestion says, come on now. You know, we've been struggling with this worthiness since the 3rd grade. Remember that little boy talked about us? We ain't like that. So go ahead, stop all that. And subconscious, we ain't feeling worthy. No problem. Unworthiness, here you go. Manifest that into my reality. This is what your auto suggestion does, okay? Your auto suggestion says, your conscious says, ooh, I just read this good book. This is great. I like this information. It was about saving 10% of my income. Your auto suggestion said, we got these bills, bruh. Subconscious says, got it. Let's stress more. Your auto suggestion, this sexy face here, is the gate. What goes in here? It is like an air filter in the air conditioning. Now, if you're in the South like us, you really appreciate air conditioning, okay? Since we are closer to the equator than you are, it gets real hot down here. Not no fake hot, not no, ooh, it's 70, it's hot. No, 70 is about too cold for us, okay? You start getting to 65, we like, I'm not going outside today. It's 65 degrees out there. And since we international, it's 30 degrees Celsius out there. I'm not going out there, right? You get it. And what happens is your auto suggestion says, no, since we don't believe in it, we're not sending it to the manifestation part of our brain. To be worthy, consciousness says, Go to your auto suggestion. You're not worthy. Okay, let's have low self-esteem. Let's date men that are going to make sure we're not worthy. And let me pause right there and let me say this here. Ladies and gentlemen, all of you only date to the level of your self-esteem. You're seeking out the person that is going to keep your self-esteem where you want it.
Wow.
There it is. This is why that woman keeps doing you poorly, because your self-esteem, your auto-suggestion says, I want a good woman. Your auto-suggestion says, no, you don't. We don't know how to handle that. Subconscious says, cool, let's get us one we can handle then. And you get her trifling self.
Why you telling my business?
You get it? You get it? I look, trifling. You better be glad trifling came out of my mouth. And I had some other words I wanted to say, right? Okay. Now think about it. We date to the level of the person we want, and we say we pass up good men and women because we can't handle them being good. You've seen it before, didn't you? You wanted to be better, and they said, you're not gonna go be better and find somebody out there. You're not going to college. Close that school book. Be with me. I know motivational speakers. You ready for this? I know motivational speakers that are doing a good job in personal development. They're reading 100 pages a day. They are doing all they can, and they're growing in their lives. But their change happened after they picked the mate that was not right for them. Now, when they get off the airplane at an event, as soon as they get off the airplane, they get into an argument. Because he or she can't handle you flying the world helping people. So let me argue with you and pull you, get your right here. I can deal with you now, right here. Right here is where I can handle you. I can't handle you being great. So I argue with you so you can be average. I can't handle you being happy. So I put my hands on you because I know how to call the cops. I'm comfortable with that. I'm comfortable with hiding my bruises because that's familiar to me. I'm not saying I enjoy it. I'm saying it's familiar. So come back to where I can handle you. Okay.
So how do we change that?
All right. So Kara says, how do we change it?
Grace. Ooh,
Okay,
you.
go ahead, Chantel. Go ahead.
I was about to just say, okay, so you telling me what my auto suggestion is receiving, okay? Now I need to know how to control what I'm receiving so that I can manifest what I want.
Okay, I'm going to answer that as soon as I get Shannon. All right, let's get Shannon. they do that on American Idol. And the winner is right after this commercial break.
Okay, let me be your commercial. Anyway, before I get to my point, I was sitting out here at football practice, right? And I'm watching, this is going to fit somewhere, somebody needs it. If it wasn't going to fit, I wouldn't share it with you. But there's these two brothers, and one brother jumped over the ditch. He's the bigger brother. There's a ditch. He ran up, jumped over it, minimal effort. The baby brother is about 2. He walks up to the same ditch and tries to stand where his brother stood to jump over it. And I'm sitting in my car on needles because I know that if he tries it from that point, he's going to fall in. He's not going to make it. His legs, his weight, none of that. And so what the little baby did was walk closer into the ditch and then jumped at a comfortable distance for him. And a lot of times what we do, we focus on trying to change the obstacle. Like, let's fill in the ditch, or let's put a bridge across it, or let's do this, let's do that. We don't want to do the work to reposition ourselves so that we can conquer the obstacle. And it's amazing what you can learn from kids. But as we're talking about auto-suggestion and even leading into Chantel's question, how do you change, how do you train, how do you fix auto-suggestion, one thing you don't do is try to put something over the obstacle. Try to minimize the obstacle. Try to change the obstacle. The obstacle is there because it's for you to conquer. You need to change your position so that you can conquer the obstacle like the baby did. What I wanted to say before that happened was when we were talking about expectancy and how we have to expect, what I found after studying the law of allowing is we are experts at expecting poverty. We are experts at talking about expecting prosperity. Because just as we say, I expected this bad thing to happen, and then right away this bad thing happened, if we honestly expected the prosperity to happen, it would happen just as quick as the poverty does. We have to look at our law of allowing. Look at what you will allow into your life. Because talking about what you expect isn't going to bring anything that you talk about into your life. You need to look at how you expected that bad thing to happen and take that effort and train yourself on how to allow the good that you expect to come into your life. Because until you do that, you're not going to get it. And the way that you can see it is you'll go back to expecting the poverty, and it'll come right away in the fastest, quickest, most harmonious way. The prosperity is supposed to come the same way, but we don't expect it. We talk about expecting it, but we don't expect it from within. And so my question is, how do we do that? How do we look at how we expected poverty, and like clockwork, it happens every time because we allowed it? We expect prosperity and we wait tens of thousands of hundreds of days for it to happen. It shouldn't be that hard. It has something to do with our allowing and with our expectancy when it comes to prosperity coming into our lives, in my opinion.
No, those are facts. Those are facts. All right, so you actually asked the same question Chantel asked, but from a different end of the spectrum. So now I'll answer it with an illustration. There's a guy, his name is Antonio. Middle name Theodore, last name Smith, suffix is Junior. They call him Antonio T. Smith Jr., ATS, or that sexy chocolate brother. They call him that. You understand? You understand? I wish I had my mic. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, radio, WBX.
You losing me, Reverend. You losing me.
I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. The illustration goes like this. He looked out, trying to figure out how to change, how to be better. He looked to Shannon, looked at Deanna, looked at Grace, looked at Chantel, and saw all that better stuff. And just like the little 2-year-old, tried to jump from the same position, but failed because he was too busy comparing his journey with their journeys. I'm coming to you, Chantel. I'm answering your question right now. Then one day he realized, well, damn. All I had to do was look within. Because the only person I have to be better than is the old me. Somebody missing your shout cue. Somebody missing it. All I have to do is outdo old me. Think about it. In science, the school, you do a science project, y'all call it something. But that is part of some scientific method. Okay, so you have rationalism, and then the scientific method. Scientific method says, get an idea. Can a rock float versus a fish floating? And the scientific method says, come up with a hypothesis, an educated guess, and then get a variable and have a control. The control being the water, something that does not change. And control, don't change. Let me put these two variables, fish, water, fish and rock, okay? Now I have the control and I have the variables, and I put them together. Ooh, that passed. Let's keep doing it over and over until it's a fact. A fact is a theory that's been proven over and over and over and over again until it cannot be disproven. It is a fact. that being said, you are your best control. Water, right? When I said rock, fish, the water is in control. Who else has the equal amount of advantages and disadvantages as you do than you? Somebody missed it. Who has lived your life as equally to your life as you? Who's been molested like you? Who's had lung disease like you? Who had a mother like you did? A father that walked out on your life like you did. The best control is the old you. And if you only compare you to the old you, you can fix anything, Shannon. You can fix anything, Shannon. If you compare you to control you, which is old you, that's the only battle you ever have to fight. My encouragement to you is stop trying to jump where other people have jumped. It is only in our flawed education system that we put 32 students in the class with one test and say, now y'all compete for the best grade. That is stupid. It makes no sense. It is a flawed education system. Because you know what? Little Tommy can't do math. He can draw.
Yes.
And if you put Tommy in an artistic event, he'll beat everybody. Melissa can sing. Theodore can think. You saying, and Einstein said this, dolphin, you stupid because you can't climb a tree. Einstein said, and I quote, you can judge a dolphin for not being able to climb a tree and call it ignorant. But until you put the dolphin in the water, that's only when you find out it's genius. Chantel, put yourself in the water if that's where you belong. You get past your auto-suggestion that I'm not worthy by saying, okay, old me thought I wasn't worthy. What did old me do? This. Okay, don't do that. That's, Ray said that's left brain. All you have to do is do better than old you. But you know what you do? You let preachers like so-and-so say, well, if it was easy as getting better than you every day, then Jesus wouldn't have to die on the cross. Ladies and gentlemen, get better than you every day. Because you are the only person that you have to get past. More, same question, deeper level. Every self-esteem problem can be fixed with 3 words. I am enough. When I was telling you I'm the sexiest man alive, I was really saying I am enough. I know Idris Elba's stomach is flatter than mine. I'm enough. I'm a sexy dude, and so is he. I don't need to compare myself to him. You put me and Idris in the same room, we both gonna be happy because I'm not comparing myself to him. And I don't care if you compare me to him because I can't control you. I can control how I feel about me. I am enough. You control your auto-suggestion. I got you, Chantel. You control your auto-suggestion. We said it last week. I'll repeat it this week. Number 1, by the story you tell yourself and others. Run, I'm not worthy, by the story you tell yourself and others. If you say, well, old me always told myself that I was not worthy, and you say, well, that's the story I've been telling myself. Let me write a new narrative. Old me always said that I was good enough, but when I got around people, I always felt second class. Some of you are that right now. Some of you feel great when you're by yourself until you go outside. Some of you love you until you clock in at work. I'm at this point, I'm gonna start preaching now.
Yeah.
Some of you love you until you get around smart people. And then you start thinking you dumb because you're not so eloquent with words as they are. She say so. But so you love you. The story you tell yourself is I love me until I get around them. Come on, be honest. How many of you suffer from that right now? You love you until you get around them. Ladies and gentlemen, two things. Either move yourself from around them or love yourself around them. You should write that down. Either move yourself from around them or love yourself around them. Those are your only two options. Number two, your limiting beliefs. I want to control my own position. I believe I'm unworthy because something that all of a sudden the laws of physics says I'm the worst. I know the laws of, let me tell you about the laws of physics. Einstein called it the theory of relativity. Einstein is the one who said, hey, Michael Tate, if you in a plane going 30,000 miles per hour, motion doesn't care. You're in a controlled environment. It's pressurized. This is why, ladies and gentlemen, you can eat a peanut on a plane and don't have to worry about that peanut hitting your throat at 30,000 miles per hour. Because the laws of physics are relative to you. I just simplified 1,000 pages of the theory of general relativity. If you on Earth or play golf on a plane, still Earth, but in the air, it's still the same thing because the laws of physics are relative to you. Has everybody caught that so far? And I'm about to turn it. I'll give you one more example. Same example. Let's go back to the peanuts on the plane. If I eat a peanut in my office, throw it in my mouth, it goes in there comfortably. If I'm going at 40,000 miles per hour in a 70,000 miles per hour in a jet, that peanut still goes in my mouth just fine because the laws of physics are moving relative to me. Everybody got that? Now you believe, who doesn't believe that, what I just said? Anybody? So why do you think your problems are all of a sudden so big when it comes to you? You understand the theory of relativity. You say, well, gravity gonna act if I'm on this house, if I'm on a lake, gravity is still gonna be the same. Who thinks gravity behaves differently at your mama house and your grandmother house? Who believes that? Oh, really? But your problems are defying physics, and they're the greatest problems on planet Earth when you have them. You mean to tell me your problems are so out of this world they defy physics? Nope, your auto-suggestion is saying, I'm so special that I am a loser. And it has to be hard, that's why I don't have it. I'm from the old school. When the old folks say something, they sit back and wait for you young folk to catch it. Did y'all catch it? I'm sitting on my porch right now, talking about how these young kids need to get it together. All that driving fast. Okay, you get it. I'm on my porch. These young kids need to stop driving all fast. All that hippity hop music. I can't even understand. Turn that music down, boy. It's a church by here. Okay, this is my old folk stuff, right? The laws of physics don't care about your problems the way your auto-suggestion does. Write that down. The laws of physics don't care about your problems the way your auto-suggestion does. Your auto-suggestion has said, I am greater than the laws of physics. This problem is greater than the laws of physics. And I know Shannon went through the same thing, but for me, it's worse. And what do you get? Conscious, auto-suggestion, subconscious. Yes, it is worse. Suffer more than anybody else. Okay, let's manifest suffering more than anybody else. How dare you understand that a thunderstorm can't thunder forever? That rain can't rain forever. But you got the same damn problem forever.
Wait a minute.
It's unfair. It's not fair to you. Your auto-suggestion has lied to you. It's not fair. Rain clouds run out of rain, but you don't run out of problems. That's your auto-suggestion. Everything in this world is bound to physics except for your problems. And you know what you say? You say stupid things like, well, you don't know what happened. I don't need to know what happened. I know it's got to run out. Give you a great example. You got into an argument at 8:23 in the morning. The argument lasted 35 seconds. I see you at 9:23 at night, and you still mad about what happened for 35 seconds 13 hours ago. And then, since you sleeping with him or her, you go to sleep mad. Wake up and forget where you are, happy, and then look over and go, oh, I'm mad at him. Let me pick that back up. Over a 35-second argument? 2 days ago? That's auto-suggestion. Your auto-suggestion is telling you this is how I am supposed to behave when this happens. And where did you get that from? From your mom, from your dad, from your brother, from society, from reality TV show, Basketball Wives of Atlanta, something. That's always the Basketball Wives shows are terrible for the eye gate. I'm telling you, they are terrible. They are terrible. I don't know if they staged, but they are terrible for prosperity. Everybody throwing champagne on everybody in these shows. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But are you receiving this information? The physics say you can't be unworthy forever. At some point, your feeling of unworthiness has to run out. Not for me. Let me go find something. Had babies too early. I'm a man, can't pay the bills. I wasn't smart in freshman year. You reaching for 9th grade problems to justify 30-year-old you. And it's inappropriate. It's inappropriate that most of you are suffering because I had a 5th grade teacher told me I would never be nothing, and it made me so mad. And I was homeless at the time. It doesn't matter. If I had my Aunt Lucy, she'll tell you all my business. She'll put it all out there. She loves to tell it every time she goes. I was punching walls and stuff. I was mad. But guess what? That was in 5th grade. This lady made one. Why is it in school, Galveston, Texas, 77551? Am I breaking up? Okay. I was in Wise Intermediate School, Galveston, Texas, 77550. 5th grade. Lady told me I wasn't gonna be nothing. And it bothered me because I was putting myself through school trying to be something. You ever tried everything you could, and when you needed a compliment, somebody chopped you down? Mm-hmm. Don't it hurt worse? Mm-hmm. It's that last straw that broke the camel's back. And then I'm punching walls, like it's suspended. I'm mad. And it was until I was 27 before I let that lady statement go. Wow. I was born in the summertime, July 20th. I was 10 It took me 17 years to let go of one statement from some lady that probably ain't even have no kids. I was 10. I carried this lady's statement for 17 years. How many of you right now are carrying other people's opinions of you for more than a decade? Auto suggestion. And it's not fair to you. It's not fair. You are the greatest you that has ever existed on planet Earth. And you gonna let somebody outside of you mess with the inside of you? It's not fair, ladies and gentlemen. It's not fair. I think who else had a question? Did I get everybody? All right, somebody give me a question. I got plenty to say.
I have one, Antonio.
Okay.
I have sort of an opposite experience in the sense that women tend to look at me and instantly dislike me or feel threatened by me. And men tend to not see me as a person, but as a piece of meat. And unfortunately, that is, even at my level of seasonedness, it's still happening. And that tends to be very challenging at times for me, especially coming up, because all I really wanted was some friends, you know, or if it was in the area of a guy to like me for who I was and not my package, you know. And it's, even in business, it sort of thwarts things. And when I see other guys, like even to this day, looking at beautiful women and looking at them as a package and being willing to give them everything because of that package and not really looking at the substance and it getting in the way, it gets in the way even in business. And so I'm just trying to ask you, you know, as a man, a businessman, also, how do you deal with that?
Yeah. Your problem lies in the beginning of your statement. Now, this is all my degrees, all my training about to address the beginning of your statement. Women have a problem with me. Men see me as a piece of meat. That's obviously not the first time you said it or thought it, because you said it with so much energy, so much passion. You are manifesting women who have a problem with you. And here's what happens in your life. You only draw unto you women that have a problem with you. It is equivalent. I'm talking to everybody right now. This is everybody. I'm coming back to her, but this is everybody. Hear me well. If you always want to be right, you will attract into your life someone that always wants to prove you wrong. That was profound, right?
Yes.
Yes. You're going to attract the vibration of what you are. So if you always believe women have a problem with you, you're only going to attract women who want to replace you.
Now, you know I teach that, right? So
Replace you with you.
how do
What you said?
you know I teach that, right? So how do I, you know, live what I teach? You know what I'm saying? I'm very familiar with the law and information, but there is still, like you said earlier, that person who was so rejected, starting from an abusive childhood to today, you know, that little girl is still in there trying to run my life. So how do I go beyond that in your point of view?
No, that's the best question that's been asked tonight. All of you should write down or understand that intelligence and awareness are two different things.
Mm-hmm.
To know something is not to be aware of it.
I have to teach that too. Thank you.
Teach it, but I don't follow it, right?
Uh-huh.
I know accountants that are good with other people's money, but terrible with their own.
Okay.
Real estate agents that sell other people's houses, but live with their mama. Which I got like 12 of them I'm thinking about right now in my head. I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. To intellectually know something is not to be aware of it. Now watch this here. Bob Proctor would tell you that you can have a high level of intelligence, but a low level of awareness. You can have a doctor's degree, but your awareness is low. And in this life, you don't get what you want, you get what you expect. And expectancy is another word for awareness.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, expectancy is I am aware enough to know that this is what I deserve, and you better give me $10 on my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
It is my birthday. I waited 364 days for this day. And if you argue with me on this day, we are done. How many of you have said that, meant that, and you don't get arguments on that day? Because for 364 days, you have promised yourself, I bet they won't.
Mm-hmm.
So for 364 days, promise yourself, I bet I'll be rich.
Mm-hmm.
I bet I take care of my kids. I bet you I love me. I bet you I practice what I teach. On stage, off stage, the dude you hear right now is the dude you're going to meet. I practice what I preach. When I get off this camera, I'm going to drink a beer. If I feel like telling them to go to the refrigerator and get me a beer, I would drink a beer on this camera. I am what I am, and I make no apologies for it. And if you are offended by beer, I politely allow you to be offended. But as for me and my throat, if I want a beer, I'm going to get a beer.
Don said cheers.
Cheers. There it is. You get it? I'm not telling you beer is okay. I'm telling you I'm going to drink one in about an hour and a half. Gladly. Because I expect to drink a beer. And since I expect it, that's what I'm going to get. And the day I decide not to drink beer, I would expect something less fun as beer. Now, take it out of beer, put it into I know it, but I don't do it. You are what you are. And you're only doing what you are. And the same strength, power, and ferventness that I had about beer is the same strength and power and ferventness as you have about poverty. And Shannon already told y'all that.
So, I'm sorry.
I got you. What you need to do is say, okay, I intellectually understand it. Auto-suggestion, let's put this in our awareness, our subconscious. Therefore, the next time I intellectually understand something, my body will follow through with it. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Marjorie.
I think I'm really getting this, and what blows my mind more than anything is how we do teach something and we have a knowing of it, and not necessarily a more profound or more spiritual awareness of it. And a lot of times we don't even recognize it until we're having something like this. So I'm grateful for that. But my takeaway at this point is, number one, be who I am unapologetically.
Can you be anything else?
Number two is not be concerned how they think or feel about me, because their reality is not mine.
Has that ever worked out for you?
No, not that. This year it's going to for sure. And lastly, expect that there are women who will like me and even love me no matter what, because they're secure in their own skin, and that my values are the ones I hold for myself. So as I hold those values, the men that may be looking at me like a piece of steak are not relevant. There are men who they can see the physical, but they also look beyond that to see the other qualities or values that I have. So
That's right.
Thank you.
That's right. Now, in fairness to you, the system that men have created for women is unfair.
Mm-hmm.
We create 1,000 jobs for men and say, okay, 5 men come apply for these 1,000 jobs. All 5 men get a job. We then create 3 jobs for women. 3,000 women apply for this 3 jobs. So when a woman gets the job, she understands that she got to fight for it, keep it, and protect it. That's the system. But if you don't vibrate at the system, they don't apply to you. I just said something very powerful.
Amen.
If you don't vibrate at the system, that does not apply to you. This means when you get the job, the women there are going to love you, even though they're accustomed to fighting other people like you. They're going to say things like, you know what, I normally have a problem with people, but you know what, something about you I love. You're going to apply for a home loan, and somebody's going to say, you know what, you don't deserve this, but there's something about you. Let me go ahead and approve this. Don't vibrate at the system. I'm explaining to you more about the system. I'm going to double back, and I'm going to comment on Donna's post comment she made about 10 minutes ago.
I got you, but keep it going.
Okay. The system. Ladies and gentlemen, you are vibrating at the system. The system is here. You ain't got to agree with it. You can act like it don't exist because you may have some sort of privilege that lets you be it or may not. That's up to you to deny or accept. That's cool. I have no problem with that. But the system exists because you're here. You understand? If you don't believe the system exists, there are old men telling women what to do with their bodies legally. That is a system.
Yeah.
You do understand that men are standing around a law telling women what to do. And we come from women. You know what? I'm too deep. I apologize. That's too deep. Yeah, okay. The system also says, the system says, Antonio, you young, you black, be afraid of police. I'm gonna tell you when I realized this, when my oldest son is 9 years old, and when he was 3 or 4, I'm sorry. My youngest son they're 9 and 6. So my youngest son was 3 and my oldest son was 6. And they're in the back seat in car seats. I think Aiden the oldest got a car seat. And I'm not kidding you. This actually happened. A 3-year-old and 6-year-old said, "Duck, there go the police," in my doggone back seat. And I got very upset about that because I ain't teach my children the poverty of vibrating at being afraid of anybody. I didn't teach them this. TV, spouse, mother-in-law, brother, somebody taught my kids to be afraid of police 10 yards away. That's evidence of the system. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Now, I remember leaning back and I remember telling them, "Hey, sit up proud. We ain't doing nothing. And we ain't gonna do nothing. And your daddy make more money than them anyway." I really did say that. I really did say that. I really did. That's not a lie. That's not a lie. I really did say that. I really did. That's not a lie.
I love
But
it.
I was trying to prove a point. I was proving a point here. Point is, my children bought into the system
Mm-hmm.
past their father's teachings.
Mm-hmm.
And in their auto-suggestion, without thinking, their job was to cower into a backseat and hide.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the 3-year-old can't even read, but he can duck from police?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Now, I get it. Some of you don't have this problem. You're in a different culture than me, so you don't understand what I'm saying. You can just kind of relate, or you're rejecting it, and that's cool. I have no problem with that. But let me tell you this. As long as you ain't finna like this, but it's profound. As long as you are black and you're saying there is white privilege, and as long as you're white and you're saying there is no white privilege, you're in the system.
Yep.
Because ain't nan one of y'all fighting for prosperity. You spending so much time arguing with one another, and you ain't arguing for money.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't gotta like that. But where energy goes, that thing will grow.
Yes.
And if your energy goes into defending yourself, you'll keep defending yourself. If your energy goes into proving people wrong, you'll keep proving people wrong. But you ain't gonna get no money.
Yeah.
Whether you like that or not, that's the truth. The problem with all governments, American and beyond, is the governments don't represent their countries. The people we put in government are politicians. They're lawyers. They're not engineers. They're not computer programmers. They're not math teachers. You're not voting for math teachers. If I'm a school teacher in education will be fixed in 3 days because they understand the struggle. You understand what I'm saying? Stop vibrating at the system is the point here. Get your auto-suggestion out the system. The system is not here to serve you. It is here to enslave you. And this book does not teach you to conform to the system. It teaches you think past the system. All right, Chantel, I think you had something to say. Was that you? No?
Yeah.
Somebody had something to say. Who was it? Michael Tate, come on, picking on you. You got something profound. Give it to me, my man. But, his audio may not be working. Let me see.
Hello?
Okay, we can hear you.
Hey, what's up, family? Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, man, I guess one of the things that resonated with me right now, one of the spiritual downloads I got during the exchanges this evening is whatever your trials and tribulations are, doesn't excuse you from whatever your calling is.
I like that.
So if you have such a passion about if you're passionate about where you're going, you never really have time to focus on any of the landmines or the traps. So quickly, when you find yourself focusing on things that are a perceived hindrance, then you know that you're off track and unbalanced. And like you were saying, to quickly kind of realign yourself by these reminders. It makes me think about like sports, right? So like I'm a big ball fan. So everybody's intelligence on the court is slightly different. And although we all are trying to get the ball in the hoop, or the team that makes the less mistakes is usually the team that wins, right? That minimizes the margin of error. Well, in order to really be great collectively, somebody has to communicate and see reminders so that they can say, hey, yo, brother Antonio, man, watch this guy, man, he going left. Based off of the current situation that you're in, usually somebody sends you a reminder, which is how I see you giving us these reminders as we go back on the landscape of court in our respective cities and states. So again, that's what just resonated with me, man. I mean, You know, no excuses, just results, man.
That's it, man. That's the only thing. No excuses, just results, and your trials and tribulations don't have to be something you vibrate at. I say this all the time, and maybe I can give this to you now. Maybe it'll make more sense. And I'm gonna use my closing thoughts with Donna's statement. An earthquake has a vibratory frequency. Buildings are vibrating at every second of every day. This is why skyscrapers are built to sway. Because if you built it so rigidly to where it doesn't sway, it will crumble when it moves just a little bit. So when you hear people say, well, this building is Cat 4, you know, built to withstand a Category 4 hurricane or Category 4 tornado, they're saying it's built to sway, bend, but not break, okay? At all times, buildings are vibrating. The buildings that fall during the earthquake are the buildings that match the vibratory frequency of the earthquake. Earthquake moves, all the buildings that are not vibrating at the frequency, they stay standing. But the buildings that are vibrating at the frequency of the earthquake, they fall. And most of you are vibrating at the destructive frequency against you. You only fall in your problems because you match the frequency of the fall. You only fall in your problems because you match the frequency of the fall. Let me tell y'all something. There is no privilege or non-privilege, no system or man that's ever going to stop me from living the highest expression of myself. It's impossible because I don't vibrate at it. I completely understand people struggling at different levels of life. I'm not doing it. I don't vibrate at it. I'm not. I'm just not. I don't vibrate at a frequency that's going to let you tear me down. I'll say it even more powerful. You can't even exist in my reality. Nowhere in my reality. Because I don't vibrate at your frequency if you're poor-minded. The only people who hear me and like me are people who are prosperity-minded or want to be prosperity-minded. You are all here listening to me because we vibrate at the same frequency. That's why you're here. That's why you follow me. If you didn't, you wouldn't be here. You'd say, who do you think he is? What's that like? He's from Galveston, just like me. Come on, that's from my Galveston, folks. I'm from a small city. That's what we say down here. Listen, there is nothing against you. Not E.S. Walker, not Carol, not Chantel, not Michael Tate, not BJ. There is nothing against you that can affect you unless you vibrate at it. You don't have a marital problem you cannot get past until you vibrate at the marital problem. My grandmother, she's irritated the crap out of me. This ain't no fight. This ain't no fight until you hit me back. Then that's the fight. And she was trying to communicate with me until you match my ignorance. It's not a fight. Come on now, y'all know I'm too young to be talking wise like that. Help me out, Marjorie. You know that ain't come from me, Marjorie. You know that. That came from a 75-year-old woman.
Boy, you telling these illustrations, boy.
I'm telling you, my grandmother, she's 75. She sit there, she's 75, about 200 pounds. She sit there and hit me with my shoulder. I'll be mad. Stop hitting me, grandma. Stop hitting me. Stop hitting me. It ain't a fight until you hit me back. And she was literally trying to tell me, until you be ignorant like me, it ain't a fight. And how many of y'all have been ignorant, like the people being ignorant towards you? No, and it's okay that they get to be ignorant. Just don't match their frequency. Just don't. Y'all ready for this one? Let's bring up Donald Trump. It ain't like that. Woo. Not politics, just a person. It don't matter if you like him or not. If you don't like him, stop vibrating at his frequency and you'll stop seeing his stuff. Mm-hmm. If you do like him, keep vibrating at his frequency and you'll see his stuff. Let's bring up Obama. If you don't like him, stop vibrating at his frequency and you won't see his stuff. If you do like him, vibrate at his frequency and you'll see his stuff. It's that simple. I know people, somebody was telling me about Cardi B just did something disrespectful to some black leader.
Who's talking to you about Cardi B?
I ain't even know.
Who's talking?
Yo, Cardi B can walk in front of me right now. I have no idea what she look like. I honestly don't know what she look like. I'm not.
Okay, so we're gonna have to change that. We're gonna have to change that ASAP.
No, we don't have to change that.
What Cardi B look like.
Unless she gonna let me manage her career, we don't have to change that.
That's what I'm talking about. WAU Records, baby.
It's not that I have a problem with. I hope her all the success in the world. I don't know who she is. I don't know no Waka Flocka. I don't get no Kim Kardashian nothing on my timeline. I think her and her mother are geniuses. I do. I think that they are branding geniuses and understand how to make money. They might as well be queens of America. But they don't vibrate at my frequency. So I don't see nothing that they do. Okay, I'm saying something that's liberating towards you. If you want people out your life, you don't have to force them out. Stop vibrating at their life. I'm trying to help somebody. I'm trying to help somebody. I'm getting to these. I'm walking my way to Donna's statement so I can close with that. Ladies and gentlemen, if somebody in your life is not pleasing you, stop vibrating at their frequency. And by law of science, they have to fall off. They're going to fade away or jump up to your frequency. One or the other. How many of you right now, you don't have to raise your hands, you don't have to speak out loud, but how many of you right now have someone in your life that's not treating you correctly? Let me give you the wise words of the great philosopher Oprah. Oprah said, and I quote, I had to tell some of my family members, you will not treat me this way. And when you get some sense, come back to me and I'll be here for you. And then she said next, took one family member 3 years to get the sense. Now we friends. Who caught the lesson there? Oprah also said, you know, she's a great philosopher now. Okay. Oprah also said that if other people won't be accountable for their energy, I'll be accountable for their energy. And I'll move their energy out my life. Am I helping somebody today?
Too much.
We're concluding auto-suggestion. I'm giving you, we were real narrow. We went looking last week. Now we're the conceptual and philosophical. Do you understand? Your auto-suggestion says what you will or will not tolerate. That's it. That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, I have someone in my life that is a pain in the buttocks. I can't easily get rid of them because of the closeness that they are. I just stopped paying attention to them. Somebody missed it. They missed it.
That's why.
Since I can't cut them off, because that would be inappropriate, because they're so close. That's you can't just cut your mama off. There's a way to do it. You know what I'm saying? You can't just do that. You can't cut your son off because he gay now. You can't do that. That's inappropriate. You understand? What you have to do is say, oh, you're a master creator. I'm a master creator. I'm going to observe your life, but I won't get involved. I know I just said something. I am so happy that your auto suggestion has told you do that. My auto suggestion is telling me let you do that. But baby, you're gonna do it without my energy. I'm trying to help y'all. I don't know what y'all thought today was gonna be. I'm trying to help y'all. I'm trying to help you as much as I possibly can. The people in your life are more detrimental to you than the food you put in your body.
I'm sorry, that was deep. I'm sorry, I really apologize. My jaw just dropped.
let me hear how it touched you. Tell us how it touched you.
Man, touch me. Can you digest what you just said? I mean, because we all know we need food to live. I don't care who you are. So just think about what you just said. That's deep. Man, you cut me.
And you know what it is, y'all? We keep, this is back to Chantel's earlier comment, we keep these detrimental people in our life because in fact, I got this from Shannon and Tippis on an ATS Week video. We're so depressed inside that if we move these depressing people, if we move these people who depress us out of our life, we won't know who we are no more. We've identified with the struggle so much, we are the struggle. We've identified with the struggle so much that if we stop struggling, we won't know who we are. So we keep struggling so we can know who we are. How many of you can relate to that? I know I deserve better, but if I stop doing this, I don't know who I am, and I'm too old to be starting over. Come on. They over here cussing, y'all. They over here. Honestly, you've identified with the struggle so many decades that if you stop struggling, you would lose your mind because that's all you are is one big struggle. And you get into a relationship. I got you, Chantel. I saw you. You get into one relationship and you say, man, this is too good. Let me struggle. I can't, you can't be real. This is too good. Something wrong with you. You 30 with no kids? 40 with no kids? Something wrong with your breath stink? What's wrong with you? Let me go ahead and let me ruin this before you walk out on me. I'm talking today. Go ahead, Chantel.
Let me just say that I have made it 8 hours away from what it is that I know. And I left. So I'm here in Virginia, y'all.
All right, come on. For those of you who don't know, Chantel living her dream. She is packed up in her car and she is moving from the known to the unknown with no plan but prosperity. That's it. And when your only plan is prosperity, you don't have no details.
None.
You just know the end goal. The details come later.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Sir. Yes. I did not know where I was going to stay at here to take the break in between the hours. And somebody called me and said, oh, where's the halfway mark? Oh, you need somewhere to stay? Here you go to my sister's house. This house is beautiful. But anyway, I wanted to say that here, as I was pulling into this home, beating in my head to get on this call, right? And I'm thinking, my auto suggestion that has been trained so deeply from my past, from poverty, from all that, was saying, girl, you better go to sleep. You gotta get on the road, girl, you better go to sleep. You better go to sleep. You better get you some sleep. I'm like, no. My passion, my eager is so awake that can't nothing put me to sleep right now. I'm not even tired. And I said, I'm getting on this call, and to think that I was almost about to give that auto suggestion that has been trained some power, I'd have missed this. I would have missed this. And I was on the road 8 hours with 2 kids, driving, stopping, bathroom, whichever you want to call it. And I am here, up, awake, and I'm not going to sleep until you got to force me or something. But I just need to say, that auto suggestion, I'm hearing you.
That's it. Come on, we clap for that. Come on. That's it. Had she stole a purse, everybody be talking about it. Now she's conquering her auto suggestion, and we ought to celebrate her. Right? Cool. That is profound, powerful. Let's see. Let me get someone else, and then I'm gonna get my closing. Shannon, come back, Shannon. Come on back. Well, Shannon always got something good to say. Always got something good to say. Shannon's such a multitasker. She probably putting an eye in the tire, feeding her son, and paying bills at the same time. Shannon, is she there? Text her. She might be in it, because I saw her driving. She might be in the unfavorable background. Let's see. Renee, tell us what you learned so far. If you're talking, you might have your phone muted. Okay.
There you go. Sorry about that. I was muted. All right. What have I learned? Oh my goodness. I can move some people out my life. I can move some people out my life. And I've got a new awareness of expectation. Let me put it like that. That by itself is a lot. It might not sound like a lot of sentences. I know y'all used to be rattling on and on, but trust me, them 2 things right there is a lot.
And Taylor's clapping for you. She understands. To have new expectations is all you need. Because in life, you don't get what you want, you get what you expect. I expect to be a billionaire. Honestly. That is not far-fetched for me. I have convinced myself of this fact so long to when I say it, the little thoughts in my brain don't even pop up no more. You know how you say something, you're gonna be a millionaire, and that little voice goes, no, you're not. Come on, man, no, you're not. That don't even happen no more. I am going to be a billionaire. I am. And when it happens, okay, let me say it. I'm gonna have a 6-pack. And I go, come on, man. That's too much cardio you gotta do. You see that? Okay, maybe all of y'all got 6-packs and you at your desired body weight. I understand. It is harder for me to believe that I'm gonna get me a 6-pack than it is for me to believe that I'm gonna be a billionaire. That's how much I have my prosperity trained in my mind for money. I also understand that I need to be healthy, because ain't no sick billionaires out there. Somebody missed it. It's all connected. I don't get to be poor in diet, but rich in money. Did I break up? So y'all heard that. That applies to y'all too. That applies to you too. Because all successful people have workouts and workout routines. I'm not saying if you work out, you'll be successful. I'm saying being successful people work out. There's a correlation because of the confidence it puts in your body as you work out. Now let's read Donna's statement from earlier. Donna said, and I quote, she's still on the phone? Is she still on? She not? Donna said, I was told this week a lifelong friend that my positive posts are self-serving. That's all I want to say about it. She said more, that's all I want to say. Ladies and gentlemen, when you become positive, negative folk will despise you. I say this all the time. I'll say it again. When you shine, the problem with shining is I can see my reflection in your shine. So if I don't like my reflection, I'm going to kill your shine. Rewind, press play. The more you shine, it's the more your reflection can be seen. You shine, you're shiny. A mirror is shiny, is it not? And can you not see your reflection? And if you don't, how many of you don't like your reflection so you don't look at mirrors? Okay, negative people treat you that way. Negative people say, you know what? Just because you saved don't mean you got to change. I'll push it further. I'll push it further. I'll push it further. Don't worry about it. I'll push it further. Listen, Deanna, I know you changed. I mean, I know you trying hard and you changed and all, but that don't mean you got to change towards us. No, that's a real statement. I'm picking up real statements now. I know you changed, Chantel, but you ain't got to change towards me. No, actually, yes, you were the reason I had to change. You are actually what woke me up and said, I can't do this no more. Of course I had to change, and you damn right I changed. I had to change, because if I didn't change, I was going to let you keep me in depression. And my name is Marjorie, and I refuse to stay in depression because you want to be comfortable with my position. Did y'all hear that? Mm-hmm. What's Marjorie's last name? Merrill? Merrill. I am Marjorie Merrill, and I have changed. And I'm going to start my fashion line. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to praise and shout. And I'm not going to justify none of my actions another day. I simply notify you of my change, henceforth and forever. And if you don't like it, I encourage you to go somewhere else, because Marjorie Merrill is still going to be happy. I'm speaking over everybody's life now. My name is Carol. I am a successful business coach and a Fortune 100 trainer. People pay me $50,000 and up to fix their organizations. And if you don't like that I retired to get more money, then you don't have to like that. I respectfully accept that you don't like that I'm a Fortune 100 trainer. But as for me and my notification, I notify you that me, Carol, is going to be a business coach, and I am going to be happy with my life. Can I get an amen?
Amen. Come on, man. Come on.
Can I do one more?
Yes.
My name is Chantel.
That's it.
I had some kids a little early. I take care of them. I ain't never asked you for nothing. As a matter of fact, when I tried to ask you for something, you hurt my feelings by telling everybody I asked you for some help. And now I'm going to live my dreams. And the only person I'm going to ask for help is me. Because me is already successful. I just have not experienced her. If I got to go in Virginia and go all the way to Florida and start my millionaire life. That's exactly what I'm going to do because I refuse to let my children live a life I hated myself. Is this making some sense to you? This is how you talk. You don't ask people if you gonna change. You notify people change has already happened. This is done. Oh, you want to argue with me? I see. My name is Jerome Red. My name is Jerome Red. I see you have invited me into an argument. I respectfully decline your argument. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go to peace. And if I want to write this book, this 4-part series, they all going to be New York Times bestsellers. I'm going to live my dreams. I'm going to eat what I want. I'm going to lose weight. And I'm going to eat what I want. I'm going to know all successful people. I'm going to be happy. All my and I ain't got to explain a simple thing to you because you ain't my mama or my daddy, and I ain't living my life for you. I'm living it for me. My name is Jerome Red. Please buy my book now that you hate me. Do you understand what I'm saying? Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you for the next 4 minutes that we have. My name is Antonio T. Smith Jr. I am a 3-time best-selling author. I have a bachelor's. I graduated as the president of the National Honor Society with my bachelor's. I graduated #1 in my class with my master's. My IQ is off the charts. I paid 22 people full time volunteer for one or more of my companies. I take care of all my children. I treat people respectfully, and I still have family members that don't like me. Because back in 1997, they decided that they was going to be right about me. When I did not have it together and I was an angry little kid because my mama didn't love me and my daddy didn't love me is what I was saying in my head. And I had no parents and I was angry because I was tired of being homeless for so long. They said that boy ain't gonna be nothing. He act just like his doggone daddy. And they decided nearly 20 years ago, they not gonna like me. And now they don't want to be wrong. I can cure cancer. And these same family members are going to say, I'm just waiting for them to mess it up. Ladies and gentlemen, the people in your life, they're not going to like you if they decided not to like you. I encourage you with my final thoughts. Please tell your auto-suggestion, stop trying to impress people who don't want to be impressed by you. This is a word for somebody. I encourage you right now, with the last 120 seconds that I have for you to tell people, for you to stop letting people make you feel bad for feeling good. They ain't liked you yesterday. They ain't liked you 10 years ago. They don't like your kids. And if they do like your kids, they only like your kids to make you mad. They look at you, don't speak to you, but be nice to your children. They walk past pastor, and they walk past you and speak to pastor. Ladies and gentlemen, your life is not here to impress them. This is what I say to all of you, and I say it to you right now. Free your auto-suggestion of toxic people, toxic beliefs of money, toxic religious beliefs, and toxic self-thought. Because if you can't find a way to love you, other people will decide if you are lovable. My name is Antonio T. Smith Jr. You can plant better. You can dominate.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. Appreciate you, my
Good
man.
night.
Good night. Good night.
See y'all next week, y'all. Give that Chantel.
One of the best calls yet.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.